the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Atlanta, where we'll see the Hawks going up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. It has been an interesting ride thus far. Kenny, some teams really improving after a sluggish start.
Yeah, well, credit the people running those franchises. Always look to improve. That's what you have to do if you're a franchise head. You can't just sit back and say, hey, we're going to accept this mediocrity.
No matter what your record is.
No question.
No, the season is a marathon, not a sprint. Lots
of ups, let me write that one down.
Just keep trusting yourself.
The season is a marathon.
Not a sprint.
Not a sprint.
And then make sure you put Shaq-Stradamus.
Shaq-Stradamus.
Did you actually make that up?
Something that was already said many moons ago.
I've never heard that
You're acting like it's your original thought.
It is my original.
I've never heard that before.
It's not a marathon, it's a sprint. Yeah, get away.
Who said that before? I've never heard that.
Oh,
I got one for you, Ernie.
What's that?
E equals MC tripled.
Ah.
I've never heard that either.
No, nobody has ever said that either.
Think about it, though.
I've thought about it all I want.
I did the math. It doesn't work.
A view of the Atlanta skyline and all the action below it, as seen from the 17th Street Bridge. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. Along with Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Looking at Toronto, they took the win in their last game against the Magic in Orlando. And just a 2-point win there. They had to fight tooth and nail for it.
You know, sometimes you're going to win because of your performance, and on occasions, which was the case for them, it's the play of your opponent that allows you to escape with wins.
Yeah, they were up against a team that struggled all night to get things under control. Mistakes and turnovers and just sloppy play all game long.
And a long way to go, Brent, but there are some early signs of a legitimate playoff contender, championship contender.
When we talk about that, Kevin, you and I always are leery of the fact of how many of these guys have had the experience of being scarred up in the early rounds of the playoffs, having to advance or beat a team that's proven before. Right now, there are some teams out there that are raising our eyebrows where we think they're going to have an opportunity. If they keep growing like this and they keep finding this type of consistency, they could be dangerous.
You'd like to think they're going to use those scars, as you say, from the past and motivate them even more.
Well, those are the teams who we believe can always take the next step.
Sure.
It's the young teams that are unproven, even though they're playing well, where we sometimes wonder, will they be able to maintain this kind of focus come playoff time?
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Leonard and Ibaka are the forward pairing. And it's Valanciunas in at the center, locking down the middle. The shot's good.
Well, the defender didn't move him off one bit, and Taurean Prince collects 2 more.
Well, it was the Hawks winning their last game against the Clippers.
And you know what? Up against a weak defense, they were allowed to do pretty much whatever they wanted.
Yeah, what I like, though, besides that, is that they just didn't settle for it, because weak defenses, you could take bad shots. That's not what they did here tonight.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Here's Young, following the score by Serge Ibaka.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Green. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
Don't see it very much, but Green creating some space for himself to finish that one off.
And Young, here we go. And he banks in the layup. Young's got his first 2 points of the night.
And where's the help? Obviously, a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
Now, here's Green. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now, he averages about 9 points a game. Clock at 6. It's deflected.
Just terrific D by Bazemore, really clamping down on his man and giving no room to get that shot off.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. That'll put Trae Young on the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Now, there's no doubt that the Hawks are right in the midst or the beginning stages of a massive rebuild. It's something that the Hawks organization had delayed quite a bit. They had that great core of Horford, Korver, Teague, and Bazemore that got them into the playoffs for several seasons. But now it's about the future, it's about growth, and it's about these young guys getting an opportunity.
That one drops. He ties it up. And the Hawks and the rebuild, it was something they put off year after year.
Well, it was a team here that made the playoffs every season since 2008, so a 9-year run for the Atlanta Hawks, and they tried their best to add players to put them over the top, but nobody really came down to Atlanta to do that. So you can't be mad for a decade of really good basketball here in Atlanta, and now the reset is on.
Hits it from three-point range.
Well, that is what he does, just deadly beyond the arc. Green is one of those guys you cannot afford to leave for a second.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
Yep, just too anxious to try and make something happen out there. This is about the team, not about you.
Second chance shot, and he nails the jumper.
And that in-between range is a shot Lowry uses to keep defenders off balance. As good as he is with the three ball or attacking at the rim, he still has that mid-range to fall back on.
Here's Prince after the made shot from Kyle Lowry, and he goes in for the dunk.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
Ibaka, no luck. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. It's a three-point game. Prince, the pass to Bazemore. Young outside. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. They grab their own miss. That one good for two.
Well, if you don't box him out, you're a dead man.
And Toronto has possession. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
And they rolled over this team last season, beating them every time they faced off.
Yeah, it was a completely one-sided season series, and that was no surprise to anyone. This first game between them should give us an idea if they're on a little more even ground this season.
He gets that one.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
The Raptors have gone just a shade under 50% from the field, 5 of 11. Now here is Ibaka. He had 13 points in the win against the Magic in Orlando.
A lot of those plays came off tremendous hustle. He was committed to ripping down as many rebounds as he possibly could in this one.
And Young kicks to Collins. Bazemore on the wing. Back to Collins. 4 on the shot clock. But they'll get another chance. Prince against Green. Tries again. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
Those are the types of looks that you got to finish deep in the paint and limited defensive effort.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
The Hawks trail by 5 on the pass to Bazemore. Young from outside. Good. Score the basket. Mark him 4 for 8, shooting 50% so far.
Yeah, this team would be in some bad shape, guys, if he wasn't scoring like this right now.
Lowry kicks to Leonard. And stolen by Prince. Here we go, one-on-one with the teardrop. Offensive rebound.
I know it's physically impossible, but he's got to be kicking himself. He knows he's got to make those.
Inside. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
So it's Toronto now. Ibaka finds Leonard. Here's Green. And there's the rebound by Dedmon.
The defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup.
Dwayne Dedmon, not a big name in the NBA right now, Brent, but he's a very productive player in what time he sees on the floor.
Well, he never does anything without misstep out there. Great length for a player. He competes on both ends of the floor, and he bolsters up a front line no matter what position you put him at, the 4 or the 5.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. Both teams deciding to change it up. From long range or short, the small forwards on this list have been on target for the past 10 games, leading their position in field goal percentage. 5th best, Kawhi Leonard.
And that is such an efficient group offensively. That really is the best way to describe them. I mean, they never force anything and always wait for the right shot.
And when they get to those sweet spots, you can just count it. Each one of them is capable of having that kind of night where it looks like the bucket is about 5 feet wide for them.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Carter. That shot off. And Toronto will come the other way. Right against Carter. Tries again. And it's right missing. The Hawks trail by 5. Anderson outside. Carter, the pass to Len. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Carter outside. Poked away. And now here comes Wright, leading the break. And finished off by Wright.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Now here's Len. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. The shot's good. Raptors leading by 5. Van Vliet kicks to Leonard. Over Anderson. No good with the fallback jumper.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Wright finds Leonard. Wright, the pass to Leonard. Second shot opportunity. Out left to the wing. Wright outside. 6 to shoot. Back to Siakam. Here's Van Vliet. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They trail by 6. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. So it's the Hawks now. Passes to Len. Over Wright. Len passes to Carter. Good on the bucket.
And have to defend better in the paint. They just let him set up way too deep.
Well, he's going to punish you down there if you're not more physical than he is, and look for them to go right back to that play.
Here's Van Vliet. Outside Leonard fires for three, and again Toronto with the triple.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Hawks making a switch here.
Kevin Herter.
.151 left to play in the first quarter. And it's Carter missing. Raptors leading by 7. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Lloyd Pierce. It's the first matchup of the season against this team, and he knows that they have great shot blocking. But he did say we've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack. Put the bigs in high pick-and-roll situations and shoot the jumper with confidence. They feel that's the key, Kevin.
Thanks for the report, David. Guys, just how difficult is it to face a team with this kind of defense?
Kevin, it is tough. They've got some guys who can totally wreck your game plan with their activity on D.
I also wonder if this is going to give them a spark of their own on defense. You face a team with this kind of pressure, and it can get you fired up to prove that you're every bit as tough as your opponent.
And the Hawks with possession here after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Can they get it? He takes it up and lays it in.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
Well, he's also crafty with how he approaches it. Right there, he uses just the right move to lay it in.
Now here's Wright. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Siakam misses.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
26 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Back to Carter from the arc. Offensive rebound.
I just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him.
Siakam kicks to VanVleet. Pass to Leonard. Over Anderson. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And even though, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game. And really, it's about getting the call right.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball was still in his hand.
Yeah, and even if they don't show it, I know the refs are proud of themselves after a replay proves them right. They're like, see, we had it right all along. So good call, fellas.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. The Raptors out in front, up by 9. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Now a veteran in the NBA, Serge Ibaka, talked about his role on this team.
I like to do all those little things, running up and down, blocking shot, straight to the floor, making open shot, rolling the basket, screen, those dirty work. I like to do that.
And Ibaka, Greg, a great complimentary player.
And you like his combination of size and skill, able to impact the game at both ends on a high level.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, they found a little bit of space out there on the perimeter, and they have a shared confidence right now. That tends to breed some success for this team.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Raptors. We've got Kawhi Leonard. Craig Monroe is out there with Wright. And it's Siakam in at the power forward position. 2 on the clock. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at Atlanta, 4th in the conference, an excellent season so far for them, though they'd like to jump into the top tier, maybe the top 3. And, of course, the Raptors, a game and a half out.
And right now for the Hawks, they've started the season on a high note. We thought it may take a while for them to kind of find their groove, but it doesn't look like they're going anywhere here or any concerns about growing pains.
Well, if they're going anywhere, it's going to be up. They've been playing like a very mature, focused team here in the early part of the season. Not at all like the team that so many people thought would be hanging around the bottom of the standings at this point. That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Van Vliet kicks to Leonard. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Back to Van Vliet. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game.
You know, a lot of times we talk about good passing, but accurate passing is a huge quality of a good pass, and Leonard did it there.
Pass to Len. There's the dish to Anderson. That's tipped. Leonard with the steal. There's the pass to Van Vliet. Yes, that goes in. And now a 12-point Raptor lead.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
And last season, one of the harder ones for Kawhi Leonard, certainly, as he was forced to miss a lot of time due to injury.
Yeah, hard to lose a year like that when you're a star player, and started the year late with the quad issue and then was shelved again, just 9 games total for him. And happy that he's back and at full health as the NBA gets a lot more interesting when the claw gets in the lineup.
John Collins, he's checked in for Atlanta. Ken Bazemore comes in for Carter. Then for the Raptors, Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Monroe. Green comes in for DeLon Wright, and it's Lowry in for Fred Van Vliet. Herter, Lowry covering, just 5 to shoot, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brent, the league playing at a faster pace overall now. Will there ever come a time when every team will play with that same speed?
No, because one team will always be faster than the next. So it's never going to be exacting for every ball club. And as you and I have talked several times, Kevin, you got to play to your strengths. And even though teams are finding more positionless basketball players, some of these guys have attributes to their game where you want to get them in certain positions. That takes time.
It's all about personnel.
It's all about your personnel. And again, putting those guys in the proper place where they can succeed more often.
And he knocks down the first one. So for the Hawks, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Len, and it's Taurean Prince in for Anderson. And Toronto also making a switch. Ibaka's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Lowry. Here's Leonard. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's foul number 2 for him.
You can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
Atlanta calls timeout. John Collins has some areas of his game, Brent, he'd like to improve, but finishing at the rim isn't one of them. No,
definitely not. He's 6'10" and just explosive when he gets around the rim. Great composure in traffic, and I don't think he gets rattled at all by contact down there. I think he gets to salivating a little bit to have those big finishes that we saw in his rookie campaign.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Lowry kicks to Leonard. It's deflected.
Such a good defender, Taurean Prince. Physical, good lateral movement, and has the tools there to snuff out a shot.
From deep. But they recover it. And the foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early, and just one more will put him over the limit.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And Zoe Ibaka will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Prince kicks it to Bazemore. And no good. Ibaka with some nice D. Prince against Leonard. Outside Lowry. Back to Leonard. Over Prince. And that one's good. Leonard's got 8 points.
So the dilemma is this with Kawhi. Do you play off so he doesn't blow by you, or you get up on him to prevent the jump shot? Either way, he's going to make you pay.
Here's the floater. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Bazemore.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Now Ibaka. 5 points in the game. And here's Leonard from 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
First 3 of the quarter and third overall, guys. The defense might want to step up just a little bit on him from this point on.
Bazemore dishes to Prince. Kicks it to Dedmon. Hawks passing it around. Here's Bazemore. And that one goes long. Raptors leading by 10. Outside, Green. Passes it to Lowry. Leonard on the wing. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Bazemore against Green. Now here's Bazemore. Not a lot of room. Green with the block.
It's not talked about often enough, but Green averages more blocks per game than almost all other backcourt players.
For Toronto, they've gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. Lowry finds Leonard. Clock at 6. Lets it go from the wing. Rebound, Atlanta. Dedmon's got his 4th rebound in this one.
He's still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning, but they'd like to get him going.
And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Prince, and he gets the bucket. Lowry's got the lead up to 12 now for Toronto.
And his touch inside more than makes up for Lowry's lack of size. He's a terrific finisher in the paint and doesn't miss many once he gets in tight.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And with Kawhi Leonard, he just does everything well on the floor. Offense, defense, rebounding, runs the floor. I mean, he is one of the more complete players in our league. He can completely take over a game on both ends.
And the Hawks making a change here. Young's checked in. Raptors leading by 12. Outside, Green. Dishes to Lowry. Beyond the arc. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And Greg, with Kawhi, he started as a defensive stopper, but he now is so much more than that.
I mean, he's got a great outside shot, that pull-up jumper, the turnarounds in the post. He has the complete repertoire. You never would have thought he was only viewed as a defense guy once upon a time, but was already a fantastic player. But this is a guy that continues to just add to his game. And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
They get it back. Bazemore gets the bucket.
Sometimes trailing in a game, players get sucked into trying to make that home run play.
To the right side. Knocks it loose. Young with the steal. Bazemore passes to Collins. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
Bazemore is a team player, and right there shared the ball with his teammate.
Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Lobs it up for Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
And the slithery agility of Ibaka. Not many guys can go up with him to stop the catch and dunk.
Here's Young. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Raptors.
One shot.
And that one falls for Young. For a long time, the answer always seemed to be LeBron James. But it seems fair to ask now, who is the best single player in the NBA, in your opinion?
LeBron James.
Me too.
Didn't you just say his name?
I thought
it was
I
on
did.
my frontal
I was
lobe
thinking
here.
it, and I guess it came out.
We have so many great superstars, but after last year, his 15th season, LeBron James performing the way that he did, carrying his team back to the finals, there's just no doubt amongst peers, and we get a chance to watch him, Kevin. LeBron James is still the man in the NBA.
Ditto. Here's Prince. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Green with the ball. He has 5. Pass to VanVleet. Five on the clock. Lowry has the open look. The three-pointer is right on target. Lowry's got 16.
He's going to force them to have to make adjustments. That's number 4 in terms of triples in the half.
Young against Lowry. It's stolen by Ibaka. Now, here's Lowry. He picked up 24 points in their last one against Orlando.
It was never all about himself. He came away with a lot of assists in that game and just kind of kept everybody in the mix.
Here's VanVleet, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
The Hawks trail by 15. Young outside. Bangs home the trifecta.
Back at you. That's payback for the 3 on the other end.
A little mano-a-mano there, entertaining, but you also want to keep your teammates involved.
Here's VanVleet, 11 points in the game. Lowry finds Green. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Raptors ball.
Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between three-point shots and two-point shots for the Raptors.
It really struck a nice balance between long-range shooting and also attacking the rim. That keeps the defense off balance and keeps things flowing offensively.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Valanciunas. Here's Monroe. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Puts up a 3. And Serge Ibaka, the bucket on the assist by Green. Green's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Hawks trail by 15. And here's Young. A 35-point game for him in the win against the Clippers. Anderson against Green. Young outside. Clock at 4. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Toronto. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Pass to VanVleet. There's 21 seconds left here in the second. Lowry can't get it to go. Hawks shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Steps back and shoots. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Raptors lead by 12. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Kyle, a good first half for you all. How do you continue that for the rest of the game?
We got to come out with our energy. We're going to come out and play our game and keep going out there and pushing. Our defense and everybody's rotating, so we're playing together right now.
We'll see if you stay connected in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kyle Lowry has been the story in this one. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. And let's get your thoughts, big fella, on the Raptors.
Well, we saw the best of Kyle Lowry. You like how he uses his strength to go along with his quickness. Can muscle up almost any shot he wants. Extremely difficult, Ernie, to stop once you get into the groove.
Talk to me, Kenny. How did you think Atlanta played?
I felt they had a lack of intensity defensively. They gave up way too many threes. I mean, somebody needs to pull out the fire hose because this fire is out of control, and it certainly wasn't because of their defense.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. Kyle Lowry has just been sensational.
And so far, he's giving them great production from deep. They've been able to kind of spread the floor because of it.
Well, his shooting has fueled the offense, and we'll see if they can get him the ball to see if he can keep it going in the second half.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. The big men are Collins and Dedmon. Over on the wings, it's Bazemore and Prince. And it's Young in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. To the middle, and it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And to me, this is why they're winning, guys. Unlikely players stepping up huge against a defense that's really nowhere to be found.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing.
Well, crazy to think that Bazemore was mostly known for elaborate bench celebrations in Golden State before coming to Atlanta, but he's worked his way up and has eventually become a starter and a very important player, key player for these Atlanta Hawks.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw dropped for Bazemore. Well, for Bazemore, working his way up has been a theme for his career.
Yeah, undrafted out of ODU, Old Dominion. He got reps in the Summer League and the D League, as it was known at the time, now the G League. And every challenge that he's met it head on with great enthusiasm and has found a way to gain a coach's confidence. Here we are now.
And so Bazemore nails both of them.
Bazemore showing what every lefty has, and that's craftiness. Just uses his body very well and takes smart shots within the offense.
Now the pass to Valanciunas. Down low, here's Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
The Hawks trail by 14. Passes it to Dedmon. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Collins right through the D for the layup. Now Green. He kicks it to Valanciunas. Green passes to Ibaka. The 3-ball. Atlanta with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 7th rebound here tonight. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Prince kicks to Collins. Bazemore on the wing. Leonard with the steal.
The instincts on defense on full display there. It was a gamble for sure, but it paid off big time in the form of a steal.
Valanciunas with the ball. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. Leonard, no luck.
Yeah, a little surprised he missed that one so badly. The defense was nowhere to be found.
Unloads from 13. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka. Raptors leading by 12. Outside Leonard. Pass to Ibaka. There's the 3. And again, no good by Toronto. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Bazemore. No one around him. Good on the baseline, Jay. Bazemore's got 4 points this quarter.
You might want to close a little faster to Bazemore, especially in the mid-range where he's been pretty consistent.
Collins against Lowry. Outside Leonard. Kicks it to Ibaka. Good defensive work there by Young. The Hawks trail by 10. Prince outside. Another 3 for Atlanta.
But when he's spotted up like that, Taurean Prince, those percentages go up. Very comfortable on that one.
Leonard finds Valanciunas. Lowry for 3. Collins grabs the miss. And so Bazemore will bring it up for the Hawks. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Pass to Young. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock.
They needed a run desperately, and boy, did they come up big.
I just think it was a matter of getting recomposed, altering their game plan just a little bit. They look completely in sync now.
And it's Leonard missing. And here's Atlanta. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. To the paint. Nice catch and finish on the alley-oop. Now it's just a 3-point Raptor lead.
And you just can't give Bazemore those shots because he's going to burn you more times than not.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. With Kent Bazemore, Brent, a lot of what he brings on the defensive end starts with his length, a very large, long arm span.
Yeah, not a picnic for any guard that's trying to navigate around the length of Kent Bazemore. He's always had an impressive steal and block total as the seasons have gone on, and the ball handler doesn't ever feel quite comfortable with Baze around.
Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Lowry kicks to Leonard. They get a hand on it.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
Prince against Leonard, and stolen by Kyle Lowry. And there's the pass to Valanciunas. First trip to the line for him here.
Valanciunas. 2 shots.
The first one falls. That one misses. A new head coach, Lloyd Pierce, is looking to bring a defensive approach to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, and Pierce has the resume you would want from a defensive coach. He came up in those teams in Memphis during the grit and grind time and learned some defensive techniques from Brett Brown in Philadelphia. Helped them last year on the defensive end to be a much stingier defense in the league.
Buries the long-range jumper. 19 points for Kyle Lowry.
A little tit-for-tat action going on the back-to-back trades.
Yeah, a little gamesmanship from range could force both defenses to maybe extend out a little further.
Herter laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 9.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Lowry passes to Valanciunas. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Outside Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Ibaka. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Passes to Young. Toronto's gotten 1 of 6 three-pointers to drop since coming out of the locker room at halftime. Here's Lowry, rejected by Young.
And you can tell he wants to improve on the defensive end. Young, great to see him come up with the rejection.
Herter, guarded by Green. Herter. Dedmon kicks to Collins. Young outside. Hits the three-point bomb.
Yeah, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on him, but right now, he's just lighting him up.
And the Raptors call time here.
Well, John Collins is a very athletic big man out of Wake Forest. He wasn't thought to be a very impactful rookie, but I think Mike Budenholzer timed it well as he got more minutes late in the year. And with that burst and length, he can be scary when he gets on his way to the rim.
The Raptors making a switch here. Monroe's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Pascal Siakam comes in for Serge Ibaka. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Green. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry.
Is it possible his sweet touch is getting sweeter, guys?
For Collins, Brent, he knows that he has a lot of growth in his game, wants to focus on working hard to improve.
Well, maybe his background will help him out. Grew up in a military household, and hard work seems to be second nature to what it is that he does. Many surprised on draft day when he dropped to 19th overall, even John Collins himself, but making up for lost time here.
A 3 from Leonard, and again, Toronto with the triple.
And he's been hitting from out there. Defensively, you're going to have to change some things up.
The classic catch-22 guy right here. If you key in on him, you're going to open up other opportunities for his teammates to have good looks.
Rebounded by Greg Monroe. To the inside. Whoops, they pick off the pass. Vince Carter on the wing. Guarded by Wright. Back to Carter. There's the 3. They get a hand on it, but they get it back.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's foul number 2 for him. Anderson outside. Five to shoot. Sweet little floater. Anderson's got 7 points.
And a terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Siakam passes to Leonard. Over Anderson, and there are the Raptors with another bucket.
Not something we're used to seeing in this offense, but tonight it may be just about give Kawhi the ball and get out of the way.
Pass to Carter. Battles through traffic and lays it in. 6 points for him. Raptors leading by 3. Van Vliet kicks to Monroe. Back to Van Vliet. The shot misses. So the Hawks will take it the other way. Leonard against Anderson. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
Pass to Van Vliet. Siakam kicks to right. Toronto working the ball around now. Here's Van Vliet. He's got 11. Now here's Anderson. Leonard with the steal. Right wing. Wright finds Leonard. Here's Siakam. In the corner, Wright with it. Just 4 to shoot. With the teardrop. Count that one. Wright's got his second basket of the night. The Hawks trail by 5. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Kent Bazemore's checked in for the Hawks.
Kent Bazemore.
So it's the Hawks now. To the middle. Out to Carter. And there's the pass to Bazemore. Floats one up. And the rejection by Monroe. Wright against Bazemore. Wright the pass to Van Vliet. Here's Siakam. The kick out to Wright. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Bazemore. Got it off in time and beat the shot clock, but it's no good. There's 47 seconds left in the third. Passes it to Carter. Fires from 18. Hits the front of the rim and out.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. And they got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
17 seconds left to play in the third. Leonard inside, defended by Carter. Good on the bucket, and that's 21 points for Leonard.
You got to do your best to root and push and shove Kawhi Leonard outside of the paint. He's just too strong and too skilled on the inside, and then he starts to get comfortable.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We come back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And here are the Raptors now. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. They've got Wright. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Monroe. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. Land against Monroe. Back to Van Vliet. And it's off from three-point range. The Hawks trail by 7. And Young kicks to Anderson. And he gets the bucket. Anderson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Hawks. Wright outside. Here's Van Vliet. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And he makes the first. John Collins, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
Young taking his time here. He dishes it to Bazemore. Tipped away. Up top, Leonard. He kicks to Wright. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Leonard. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, I like what the defense tried to do. They crowded Kawhi, but he's just getting so creative near the basket.
A floater, and it's laid up and in by Young. Young's got 21.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Here's Van Vliet, defended by Young. Van Vliet kicks to Wright. He's looking for Leonard and finds him over Anderson. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
That's a quick move, and that's a soft touch. That's mid-range opportunities for Kawhi Leonard to cash in on.
Young outside. Bazemore on the wing. And that one is good.
Yeah, maybe the shot selection in the first half took him out of a rhythm, but in the second half, he's making everything.
Right outside. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Leonard, and he overshot that one, missing.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
And the dunk by Bazemore.
And the defense has no idea where Bazemore is going, as long as he does.
And the Raptors call time here. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan, and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And the Hawks making a change here. Prince is checked in. A new group in now for the Raptors. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Monroe. Baca comes in for Pascal Siakam. Danny Green, he's checked in for DeLon Wright. And it's Lowry in for Fred Van Vliet. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. During that last break, I heard what the Raptors coach told to his team. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there, use the clock, and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the plan, guys.
Thanks, David. Pass to Leonard. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. Alex Len picks one up.
That's the power and strength he brings. Kawhi able to absorb the contact. I'm not even sure he felt it and still knocks it down.
When you watch Kyle Lowry play, you see how much bigger he is than his stats. Does so many little things on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's a great screen setter, takes charges, all the things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but are important when it comes to winning.
And the free throw, no good. And Greg, with Lowry, it isn't like he's quiet on the stat sheet either.
No, he is a bulldog. I mean, he scores it, the playmaking. He's just complete in terms of a backcourt player. Rebounds as well as anybody for his position, and got good hands on defense. It just gives you a little bit of everything at that point guard position.
And for Trae Young, it's a little unfair that he's already being compared to Steph Curry.
Scouts are always going to look for comparisons, and I'm not saying Young is Curry, but many of the strengths and weaknesses are similar. The size and athleticism, the insane range, and both have that it factor.
The free throw drops for Bazemore. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Green against Bazemore. Green inside, right through the D for the layup. And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks. It's a 5-point game. The dish to Prince. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Taurean Prince has such a great motor, and the physical nature of his play, you got to appreciate that aggressiveness.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Taurean Prince, the product out of Baylor, Brent. Sometimes you wish he would take more shots than he does.
Well, Prince has had a coach that's infused some confidence in him. He has a new coach this year, and we'll see if that carries over. But has had some moments, and Coach Bud leaned on him pretty heavy in the last campaign. We'll see if Pierce does the same this year.
And both free throws good for Prince.
He always has this feeling that Taurean Prince is DeMarre Carroll 2.0 for this club. Good size, big frame, capable defender, but each year taking some strides on the offensive end to become more and more dangerous.
And there's the call on John Collins. That is his first foul of the game. Toronto with the ball. Valanciunas finds Ibaka. Raptors moving the ball around. 3 on the clock, and the foul on Kent Bazemore. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Toronto with the ball. 3-point lead. Ibaka outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ball's knocked loose, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. Leonard, that's for 2. Again, Toronto.
Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light them up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Young dishes to Prince. And it's sent back by Leonard. Inside. Lowry against Young. Ball's knocked loose. Young with the steal. And he makes that one.
An effective multi-dimensional scorer. Young is incredible at turning on the Jets when he's feeling it.
Young against Lowry. Out to Ibaka, trying his luck deep. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Dedmon's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range. Now, the D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Lowry passes to Ibaka. Back to Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. And the Raptors miss again. For Atlanta, they've gone on a tear here in the fourth. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. Leonard with the steal. Dishes to Green. Young against Lowry. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Clock at 6. Kicks it to Leonard. Over Prince. Tries again. And there's the nice layup by Leonard. Leonard's got 12 now in this quarter.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. Leonard against Prince. Poke loose. And now Lowry running the floor all by himself. And the shot goes in. And now a 4-point Raptor lead.
And somebody throw some cold water on Lowry. The man is on fire. He has taken this game over, and it doesn't look like he has any plans on slowing down.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
And I'll tell you, Trae Young, go big or go home. Always gives you 100%, as competitive as they come. And the young fella wants to win so badly. Sometimes that emotion really comes out.
One shot.
And that one falls for Young. And you know, Greg, it's amazing the impact Young makes, especially, of course, on the offensive end.
High-level shot maker, a threat the moment he crosses half court. Instinctive playmaker, just needs to play more within himself and avoid over-dribbling.
They're over the limit. That's his second personal foul. At the line for the Raptors, Daniel taking 2 shots. Under 6.
First free throw is good. And guys, veteran Danny Green moving north last summer as part of the Kawhi Leonard trade, now in a Toronto Raptors uniform.
Yeah, and not the big name in that deal, obviously, but an important piece. Green is shown to be a very capable 3-and-D guy, and it's the next chapter in what has been a solid career for him.
Young against Lowry. And Young kicks to Collins. 6 to shoot. Young against Lowry.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Ibaka outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Prince against Leonard. The Hawks again can't hit. Raptors leading by 6. Lowry kicks to Leonard. Back to Lowry. Takes a 3. Good on the triple. Lowry's got 24 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Now, here's Dedmon, guarded by Valanciunas. Now the feed to Bazemore. Score the basket, his 8th. 8 for 13 from the floor.
And he's coming up big here in the clutch.
Toronto's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Now, here's Valanciunas. He's guarded closely. Green against Bazemore. Down low, poked away, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. The Hawks trail by 7. Bazemore on the wing. Pass to Collins. Prince outside for 3. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
Well, after hitting a 3 earlier in the game, he now has 3 threes this half, guys.
Young against Lowry. Ibaka finds Lowry. Ibaka outside. The pass to Leonard. Over Prince. Valanciunas trying to free himself up with 1 on the clock. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then follows it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. Young against Lowry. Young passes to Prince. Back to Young. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Just a bright, young offensive talent. Young isn't shy about forcing the action. Takes a lot of trips to the line.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
2 shots.
He gets the first, and that brings them within 5. And so Young nails them both.
Seems like the more that's at stake, the more he rises to the challenge.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Toronto. 1:33 left in the 4th quarter. Leonard against Prince. 5 on the clock. And there it is for him. 35 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Well, with his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
Bazemore on the wing. Back to Young. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Young's got 17 points here in the second half. Raptors leading by 4. Passes it to Leonard. It's Dedmon with the rebound. Atlanta's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. To the middle, here's Prince. It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, shocking there. That one's amazing.
Well, you play your heart out all night long, and then just 1 or 2 shots at the end decide the outcome.
Here's Young. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
Game tightening up, no problem. Put the ball in Young's hand and let the young fella go to work.
Toronto calls timeout. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Raptors moving the ball around. 16 feet away. It's Dedmon with the rebound. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Bazemore. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And timeout called by Nick Nurse. Sixteen seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lowry against Young. Pass to Leonard. For the win. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. And it's the Hawks to start out. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Setting the floor for the Raptors. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Siakam in at the 4 slot. Bounce pass from Lowry. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul.
Valanciunas with the ball. Dedmon's there. Green in the post. He's covered by Bazemore. A baseline J. A second chance effort.
Incredible effort from Bazemore there, making the shot release as uncomfortable as it gets.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Valanciunas, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And Toronto making a change here. Monroe's checked in.
Two shots.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And so Young nails them both. Great action here if you're just joining us, about 1 minute into OT. Lowry kicks to Leonard. From 8. That one goes. Count it. Leonard's got it all tied up now for Toronto.
This is the kind of guy that you wake up in a cold sweat the night before you play him. Just a matchup nightmare. Tricky, confident, and he takes on all comers.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
One shot.
That's good from Young. And here's Lowry. Well, overtime basketball, a minute and a half played so far. He kicks to Monroe. And Trae Young gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Here's Green. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Yeah, that's unselfish play there from Greg Monroe, keeping his head up to spot the open man.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Raptors.
Under 6.
Such an important contributor to his team's success over the years. It's amazing that Green was a second-round pick and coming out of a big school at that.
Young dishes to Prince. That's tipped. Leonard with the steal. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got the fast break chance. Misses off the right iron. The Hawks shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Around 2 minutes into overtime now. It's been a good one.
Yeah, and he plays a lot bigger than that 6-foot frame would suggest. Lowry is just a bundle of energy out there.
Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Young with the ball. Doesn't go that time. Some solid defense from Ibaka. The Raptors have gone 2 of 5 on shot attempts since the end of regulation. Young with the ball. Lowry picks him up.
Yeah, this is a terrible start for him, and it has to be weighing on him.
And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. Green finds Lowry. Just 4 to shoot. Drills it from outside. Lowry's got 27 points.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
The baseline J. Prince misses. Toronto leading by 3. The tray. Rebound Atlanta. Collins has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Bazemore on the wing. Bangs home the trifecta. Bazemore's got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
And you can see Bazemore is shooting the ball with confidence out there. He wants to be the man in those kind of situations.
Leonard the pass to Siakam.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from three-point range since the end of regulation. And Young kicks it to Bazemore. Inside. Dedmon's shot is off.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
And it's Leonard missing.
Gotta make those shots. Not sure how he missed it. The defense was just okay.
Buries the long-range jumper.
Ice in his veins. Young excels at stepping to the plate and delivering in the clutch.
And the Raptors call time here. They're trailing by 1. There's 53 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Here's Leonard. And it's Green missing.
Really shocking he didn't take advantage of that golden opportunity there. He needs to be much better in that situation.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Lowry. Rebound by the Hawks. Prince outside.
gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, those free throws make things a little more simpler right now. They just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 29 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Five seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Prince, stolen by Collins. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So it gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Here's Lowry. 17 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Here's Ibaka. Frames it from downtown.
And this is where Ibaka's steely demeanor serves him well. No hesitation under pressure. You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shot.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
So important to just stay poised, go through your routine. He did a good job there of just keeping his composure and putting those 2 away.
A 3 from Leonard.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, just scanning the box score and looking at the rebound total tonight, I don't believe it. Shows the absolute passion he has for that part of the game.
And so it's the Hawks who come out on top. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you next time.